This is going to be an interesting week, to say the least. This is like my third attempt to try to get this live going, but I was using a beta software earlier. But let's get into it. We got a new work week, and we're going to have our 7th day of LEDA going live every day in August. Work with me, guys and ladies. Hi, guys and ladies. Thank you very much for joining me for Cocktails with Cello, the 7th day, 7th episode of season 2. So thank you very much for joining me. It's just been a little kooky looky. I've been using Ecamm's beta software, and keyword beta, so it's gonna have some glitches. So I was trying to go live, and it was hiccuping. So thank you very much for being with me, and if you made it on the 3rd attempt to get on this live stream, so thank you very much for joining me here. Now, get out the details out of the way. My opinions are solely my own and do not reflect the opinions of my employer, mainly because I work for the 2nd largest waste company in the nation. And if we haven't met already, hey, how are you? My name is Marcello Arcele. I provide recycling and waste services for companies right here in Metro Atlanta. My focus is mainly in logistics, manufacturing, and industrial sector. So if that's something that you know about, or someone that might need my help, please feel free to have them reach out to me directly. My number is 678-683-9136. So thank you very much for joining me here today. I want to give a shout out to all the folks that made it after the several attempts, and I'm actually going to be calling them out on here in LinkedIn. I got my goodie, Mary, all the way the other side of the world. Thank you very much for joining me, Mary, Maria, and we also got Carol. This woman is like my ace boon coon, my biggest cheerleader. Thank you so much. I posted the question that I'm going to be answering on the topic that I'm going to be talking about today, which is listed as one of the first questions. So feel free to share your thoughts on that. I also have Miss Jamise Clark. Thank you very much for joining me here, Miss Clark. I also got my dude. Hey, Rob, bro. What's going on? Hey, in Ralston. Hey, we got audio. Thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate that. And Mary, thank you very much for the compliments. Yeah, this is a new setup, so thank you very much for the compliment. I got my lady Lauren in the house. Thanks for seeing me here as well. Yeah. And greeting all the way from Bancroft, Canada. Hey, Patrick, thank you very much for stopping by. Okay, so let's get into it. Now, I'm not sure if you know, but it's today's Sunday. It's kind of a rough day. We have to get back on the grind of things. So let me know if you are looking forward to getting back on the grind. Give me a 1, meaning like you're happy, or a thumbs up. Or give me a thumbs down if you're like, oh gosh, I don't want to get back on the grind and things. So share that with me right there in the comments. Hey, Yolanda, thanks for joining me. Sorry for all the hiccups. Now, the thing is, these questions are posted through Ecamm, which is the initiative they have, which is LEDA. And what that means, the hashtag LEDA, what that stands for is live every day in August. So hey, what's up, Shannon? Hey, sunshine, how are you? So the first question is, what things do you pull back on? And I'm curious to know. Let me know. Share it in the comments right there. Let me know what you. Oh, okay. Lauren is looking forward to getting back in a swing of things, it looks like. And Caroline loves to hit the ground running. I like that. See, that's the enthusiasm, positivity. I love that. Yeah, I feel the same way as well. Now, the question is, what things are you pulling back on? And the whole purpose of this initiative is to be transparent. And if you haven't been, step out, give it a shot. So I think for the most part, for me, I have to say that sometimes I'm not able to be candid with folks. I might be a little bit more, let's say for instance, if I have to give them advice, I might give them the stereotypical Hallmark advice rather than telling something brutally honest, because I don't want to hurt someone's feelings. And I only say it because I've done that before. I've been candid before, and I'm just must have just pushed some people away. And I obviously you're better off with more people in your camp than less. So it's like I'm torn between that. Like, should I just be honest, or should I actually tell you the truth when I'm giving advice, or just when it? So I always have difficulties when it pertains to giving sage advice. That's the best way to put it. Now, sometimes I'll be like, hey, you could do it, but when I know, nah, they don't have the ability, they don't have the drive, and quite frankly, they're better off doing X. So that's what I typically pull back on. Let's see what folks have to say here in the comments. So we have here. Okay, so everyone's chatting. I love that. I love that. Everybody's getting to know each other better, or even getting connected. I see Bob Feathers. Yes, nice Yankee hat. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I wore it yesterday, and the other side has the logo with some design, so you can catch the replay from yesterday's episode, and you'll see how the front looks like. So thank you very much. Maria says holding back on funds to invest. Everyone wants capital. Yeah, I guess you're right. It's kind of difficult when it pertains to that. The only way that you could grow it is investing, but or make some money. But it has to be with a good enough information before you actually commit to it. So I know a lot of people are trying that crypto, and that's the operative word, try. So limiting beliefs. That's one of the things that she's holding back on as well, Maria says. And honesty is the best quality. Yeah, I agree. But we all been there before and be like, let me tell them what they want to hear. So that's what I've been pulling back on. Andrea, thank you very much for that. He says, nice setup and lighting. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm holding back on sales. It's hard to sell myself. Wow. I like that, Shannon. That's strong right there. I think at the end of the day, when it pertains to sales, what I've found to be successful is being transparent. People typically can feel the energy. So that's my only recommendation on that. And that's being honest with you about that. Helping those that don't want to be helped. That's what Jamise Clark says. That's interesting. Find yourself in situations that you don't want to give. You want to help, but then you know that they're not willing to help themselves. So you're just like, well, you know what? I'm not going to help them. That's a very precarious situation to be in, because you know you want to help them, but at the same time, you know they don't want to help themselves. So thank you very much for sharing there, Jamise. Oh, and I see my dude, West Bangles in the house. Okay, so hold on a second. I got Patrick. He's saying that people hire you to tell the truth, and that's why they look to you for terrifying. Okay, yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, that's the key thing. And mind you, when I'm talking about holding back on being transparent or just being honest, I'm just talking about in my personal life, not necessarily business wise. So I wanted to clear that up. So thank you very much for your comment there. See, Kevin says, help me help you. Okay, I don't understand what you mean by that. The question is what things you pull back on. That was the question. So yeah, if you could share some more insight on that, Kevin Grissom, I'd love to know more about that. Not sure how to trust openly. Wow, I like what you said, Caroline. Caroline says she's been pulling back on not knowing how to trust openly. I can relate to that. Sometimes I've give people the benefit of the doubt, and I realize that they're not the same person that I thought they were. So then I pull back. So that's a good point. Wow. And let me see here. And then persistence. Yeah. Sometimes, I could definitely relate to that, Maria, about being persistent, because I'm thinking about going to the gym on a regular basis. And that's something I can pull back on. It's easier to just sit back and relax at the house and not go to the gym. And persistence/consistency is key. So yeah, I could definitely appreciate that. And thank you for the compliment, Maria, for sharing that you love my authenticity. So thank you. So the last question is, what's holding you back from putting your real you out there? Let me know in the comments. And this is what I like to know in the meantime. Are you holding back the real you? give a thumbs up. Put that in the comments right there, an emoji, comments right there that you are holding back the real you. And then if you're not, and you are giving your real self, give me a thumbs down. Like, no, I'm not holding back. So definitely want to, like, no, I'm giving it all. and I guess it goes back to the earlier question, but just love to know what you guys are thinking. And also hit the reaction button if you like what we're talking about. Now, that's a pretty tough question when I think about that. And what's holding me back? I guess it's just easy or lazier not to be the real person, because you just sometimes you can probably have an idea what they want to hear, and you give it to them. But at the end of the day, it's hard to, it's essentially as a lie, and you can't keep that up. So going back to the question, what's holding you back? I guess hearing the truth, maybe. Because you hold back because you don't want them to either not like you, want you, or partner with you. So sometimes you tell them that, but then what happens, and I mean, now when it pertains to professional, that's a no-go. You, at the end of the day, if it's not a right fit, it's not a right fit, and it's better off going that route. You're not gonna say, well, I could provide this service for this price, and then when the bill comes, no. But on a personal level, I don't know. It's tough. And the best thing is that just be honest. But what's holding you back is just like I said earlier, just hearing them saying no. Yeah. You want to hear yeses. So I'm curious to know what folks are saying right here in the comments. So thank you very much for sharing in the comments here. Let's see here. So I see Patrick is saying, if you're living your personal brand, your cutbacks will reflect how you live and run your business. If not, having your business hobby is about helping others when they hurt, not just you. And thank you, Patrick. Wow, that has me thinking. If you guys like what Patrick just said, please give a like to his comment. Maria, thank you very much for that. I definitely agree. Yes, procrastination. That's a killer. That is a killer, procrastination, because it's so easy to just sit back. But then, and I literally have it. I have it in my kitchen. I have a list, and I literally love to cross things out and I knock it out. But I'm realistic. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm not mentally prepared to do that right now. Let me focus on what I want to get done. And I'm just talking about personal projects around the house, things of that sort, not business wise. Now, Kevin says people holding back too much and therefore under communicate what they need to reach goals. Okay, interesting. Yeah, and that's the key thing when it pertains to that statement there, Kevin. I think when folks have issues with that and they have been unsuccessful in reaching their goals in the past, jot down what they want to say, bullet points. That's my recommendation. I'm a big proponent on that. Just have some thoughts or topics that you want to cover, and then once you see that topic, then you can elaborate on that, so then you can stay the course. That helps, and I'm a big on that. And it's creating a plan, a sustainable plan helps. So, and a key thing is that I go back to a book that I read called Atomic Habits. Their philosophy is don't focus on goals, focus on the process or the system. So that's something to consider, because you can always tweak as you go. Be vulnerable. I love that, Maria. I love that. Yep, hold it back. That's the key thing. I'm loving my real name out there. There are days when I get lost. I'm living. Okay, I'm leaving my real name out there, and there are days when I get lost. Wow, Caroline. Wow, I got goosebumps on that one. Wow. Folks, definitely give a shout out to Caroline. Thank you very much for that, and a thumbs up. I've always been the real me. That's all I could be. I love who I am. Thank you, Shannon. Wow. Now, Patrick says, I have one gear on. publishing 3 sales books as an independent with 100 Amazon reviews. Got to believe that your crazy dreams are going to grow into your vision. Yeah, that's the key thing. If you're not going to believe in yourself, how anyone else is going to believe in you if you can't believe in yourself? And that goes back to what Shannon said earlier about selling yourself. So if you can't sell yourself to yourself, it's going to be pretty tough. I agree. Thank you, Patrick. I see. Oh, Pinto's in the house from Bangladesh. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for joining. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Some people are afraid. Fears. Yeah, fears is terrible. Fears. I agree, Maria. And mind you, you got to think about a lot of these organizations. I don't have any personal experience within my organization, but in the past, I've known companies and individuals that lead these organizations. They lead by fear. Fear is a pretty darn good motivator. So, Kevin says, you hold him back so you don't get exposed. Wow. But then, mind you, that's essentially what you're doing. And when you do that, is you have to be content with who you are at that current state. And if you are, that's fine. Because I think about like when you look at someone that's a cashier, and I'm just using it as an example. You know, shout out to all cashiers out there. But when you sit down and you talk to them and you're like, wow, this person has so much potential. That's when you say that, Kevin, I think about that. You know, this cashier has so much potential, but she doesn't want to be exposed. It could be many things. It's supposed to be a physicist, a rocket scientist, you name it, you know? Oh, Hope White, thank you very much for joining us. Wow, shout out to you. The fear of rejection. Yeah, thank you. That's the word I was looking for. The fear of rejection is what you mean. Oh, yeah, there you go. Thank you. That's exactly what I meant. Awesome. To-do lists are just what you can. There is another day and other goals. Thank you, Maria. See, I like the way mind you, oh my gosh, in your next comment, nails it. I've told many folks that I struggle with time management. See, I hope that given that I'm aware that I struggle with that helps me to constantly tweak as I see my failures. So I work on that constantly. And so much so that I do a self-assessments virtually every single day and see what I accomplished that day and see what I need to tweak for the next following day. And I do this. This is exactly what I do every single day. Patrick says, if you do not embrace positive risk in business, your business hopes to be the average, and that will be damaging in the long run. Wow, that's pretty deep. Yeah. See, that's the key thing is going back to what Maria said about investing. You have to take risk, but it has to be positive risk, calculated risk. Mind you, yeah, you may not get the same return, but at the end of the day, you better be on the positive than the negative side. See here, Maria says, I just finished 5 days of Time to Thrive challenge. Interesting. Okay. Tony Robbins and Dean Progress. If you can, share a link to this challenge. I'd love to learn more about this, Maria. And I'm sure other folks on this live would love to learn more about that as well. And fantastic showing. We have 20 people in the room. Thank you very much for sharing, for joining us. And if you like what you hear, please hit the like, share with folks in your network as well. And also follow #Cocktails with Cello. Thank you guys. I see I have my dude in the house, Chester. Thank you very much for joining us from Texas. I love Texas. I got a lot of good friends there. Yolanda's there from Frisco, and a lot of my family lives in Frisco as well. Rawless, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I say that my camera setup is awesome. Yeah, man. I'm using, oh, my hair's sticking out. I'm using the 6600 here. I'm considering to set up some other cameras, but no rush. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you. I appreciate your support. And I see here. All right. Oh, Teresa, what's going on? Thank you, girl. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, this woman is a workhorse, and she's always connected to all the right folks. So if you're not following her, I don't know what you're doing. So she is outstanding, along with everyone else in the stream. Please be sure to follow them and connect with them. And I see we're here. Maria says, great topic. Thank you. I appreciate that. And okay, good. And we're going to wrap up at this point because I wanted this to be short. Okay, so here we go. So Patrick says, all my sales books ask you what kind of questions and how you are going to overcome obstacles. Mind you, when you say that, Patrick, I think about the word obstacles, and especially in pertaining to goals. I believe obstacles are generally, and this is my opinion, are excuses that we create on our own to either delay or procrastinate us actually achieving our destiny. So ultimately, when you see an obstacle, my point of view of it is you could always get through it, around it, under it, over it. And if you can't do it alone, ask for help. Pretty simple. Mind you, when you ask for help and you already tried so many steps, it may be the kind of task that you may ultimately have to probably either pivot. So there's so many different directions that you could go. So sometimes you just have to pivot. Alrighty. I see. Oh, my dude. And this is outstanding. Thank you very much for stopping by. And I appreciate, hey, you would appreciate this here. I got the A7 hanging out right here. What's this? There you go. Let me bring it up over here. There you can see that guy right there. And I got this guy over here. You probably know about that. I got to set that up. And thank you so much for coming through. And hey, if you guys are not following Ant and watching his podcast, you definitely be sure to do that. He's actually has a fantastic photography podcast. So definitely which is Hop, the hands-on photography. So you definitely want to check my dude out. All right, let's see what we got here. Kevin. Let me see what Kevin says over here. And I'm bringing my mouse over. And my mouse, yeah, okay, it fell asleep there. Kevin says some folks are average, many others won't get if they have a rocket on their back. Being in perspective, amenable to growth. That is a fantastic quote. That is exactly how I see things. You have to be amenable. And when I hear amenable, I think about being vulnerable. So that's key. And thanks so much for joining us. I appreciate that. Oh, look at that. Yeah, yeah. Teresa, when you come to Atlanta, take care. I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. And you see how I said Atlanta? I don't say Atlanta because you're family. I was born in 2 bedrooms. I was born in a 2-bedroom home and with no indoor plumbing in Canada. Just think about it. Yeah. Wow. Patrick, outstanding. Listen, I love for us to chat. I have similar stories to share. I was not in a 2-bedroom home with no indoor plumbing, but I've had my own challenges. So thank you very much for sharing. Here we got, this is outstanding. I'm loving the support. Yeah, A1. Thank you, Pruitt. I appreciate that. Thanks for, you're welcome, man. Outstanding. A1 is a big daddy. Yeah, man. Thank you very much, Raleigh. I'm going to set that up soon enough. And thank you, Maria, for stopping by. Nice upgrades. And Jamise. Nice plug. I thank you. Yeah, you heard that, right? Yolanda, the New York accent. All right, guys, let's wrap this up. I wanted to keep this short and it's already went over more than 10 minutes than I normally wanted to have this chat. So again, this is going to be, I'm going live every single day in August. And because I'm running the Ecamm software, and that's one of the challenge. That is the challenge that they pose for everyone in the community. So you'll see me every single day. So I want to thank you very much for joining me. Again, my name is Marcello Arcele. I'm your friendly waste stream analyst right here in Metro Atlanta. I want to thank you so much for stopping by. I have a huge smile, and thank you so much for your support. I got goosebumps. I hope you can probably even see it. Take care. And then lastly, you might even ask me, this is a shirt right here that says stop being racist. So you guys, if you want to pick that up, it's from a company called Gallery Department. I already got a message asking me about that. All right, guys, you take care. Love you. Bye. See you tomorrow.